All right, we got another guest to talk to. He's here from the DA's office, Harold Bartholomew. How are you, sir?
I'm great. And you?
Good. You got all your Christmas shopping done?
I am floundering a little bit.
Yes,
but,
I saw the no coming out of your mouth. But, hey, you got a couple more days yet.
We do.
All right. I want to talk about, or I know you want to talk about, this is the holiday season, and we do deal with folks who don't have as good of intentions when it comes to preying on certain people. So let's talk about that a little bit.
We are, at this time of year, we're hurried. And we want to believe the best in everybody.
Yeah.
So when we get that phone call that looks like it's from a friend or that looks like it's from Apple Tech Support because it says on the phone call it's Apple Tech Support, or it says it's from Ponchatoula Police Department or whoever it's from, we got to stop and realize that I don't know how they do it. I don't know the technical details, but apparently the phone company's caller ID system is about as hard to hack as, you know, your brother's diary was when you were in high school.
I don't want to know what was in your brother's diary.
Yeah, I don't want to know either.
Yeah.
But
all right, but this idea is they can spoof a number basically and appear credible as they call you. For example, I know the sheriff's department was having an issue with that where people were dialing certain individuals and pretending like they represented law enforcement.
Yes, or the IRS or Apple Tech Support. So basically, that caller ID, just throw it away now. Until the phone company fixes that, it is pretty meaningless as to who is actually calling you. It's not the right number. It's not the right identification. What they like to do is come up with a number that you will answer. And you're going to answer the sheriff's office. You're going to probably answer something that says IRS. And once they've got you to answer the phone, they figure how, what are they going to do? Spend a minute to find out if you're gullible. And if you're not, they move on to the next person. Mm-hmm. And all they got to do is get one person a day to give them a couple $1,000, and they're doing pretty good. So they can make a whole lot of those phone calls, and they only need to get one or two actual victims. The common thread, though, is going to be, don't hang up on us. You can't hang up on us because you have to talk to me. I'm the only one trying to help you here. The reality is if you're getting a call legitimately from the sheriff's office or from your credit card company, which is also popular, let's face it, almost all of us have, if you think of the major credit card issuers, almost all of us are going to have either a Chase or a Citibank card in our wallet. Mm-hmm. So if somebody calls you and says, hi, I'm calling from Chase, well, immediately your guard goes down a little bit because, hey, I got a Chase card. Mm-hmm. Ask them for things like, what is it that you want? Don't give them your credit card number. They're not going to ask you for that. But what you can do is say, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with this. Let me call back on the number on the back of my credit card. And a legitimate credit card issuer will be thrilled with that because you're actually taking care of business the right way.
Yeah.
The thief is going to be, you can't do that. I'm the only one trying to help you. Or you have to talk to me personally. And I'm the only one that can help you. And blah, blah, blah. They're going to have some kind of excuse, some kind of reason. The reality is we all know that if you spoke to somebody with Chase or Citibank on Monday, if I called and spoke to Charles on Monday about my credit card and I call back on Tuesday and talk to Charles, they're going to say, well, I can help you. We're not going to route you back to Charles. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
We all have access to the same information in the same computer system. So that should give you a clue about all these scams. That's the key is you have to do it now, and I'm the only one who can help you so you can't hang up on me. If they call you on your landline, they're going to try and get you to give them your cell phone number so they can get you on the cell phone so they can stay on the phone with you the whole time you're going to the store or the bank so they can rip you off.
And they do prey on certain individuals as well, right? There is a targeted effort, for example, to go after senior citizens or people living alone. Or
it's wherever the money is. I don't know if y'all remember there was a movie years ago with Cuba Gooding Jr. saying, show me the money.
Yeah.
Well, thieves are going to steal from whomever's got money. And in our society, if you're older, you're more likely to have money. When I got out of law school, if I had a $20 bill in my wallet, that was a great day.
Yeah.
Well, you owe everybody
me now.
I'm
like, you give me money.
But as we get older, we accumulate a little bit more net worth. We actually have a bank account.
Right.
And so they're going to, but also if they get you once, they sell that information to other thieves. or shared amongst their own little criminal enterprise. And you're going to get more calls from more different kinds of people for more kinds of things.
Terrible. All right. Here's what we're going to do. A little bit more to talk about with Harold Bartholomew. He's here from the DA's office. We'll be back with him right after this. So we got Harold Bartholomew here. He's talking on behalf of the DA's office. You have a conference you do every year that's local, right?
There's a conference that we do every year. It's a local conference. It's at the Slidell Harbor Center.
Okay.
I say it's a local conference. Now people come from, on average, over 20 states a year. It started out, it was a very local conference in like 2007, held at the council chambers on Coop Drive. It has grown to something where speakers are from multiple states. Attendees come from over 20 states on average every year. It's at the Slidell Harbor Center. If you've never been to an event at the Slidell Harbor Center, go. It's a great place for these kinds of things and for other sorts of stuff. Slidell itself is a wonderful place to have this. The attendees tell us how easy it is to get to the hotel that's very near. A nice hotel, nice place to stay, very near the Harbor Center. And it's a 2 or 3 day conference, so they're staying often 2 or 3 nights. And they come back year after year. They enjoy Slidell. They enjoy the conference. It's a wonderful conference from the point of view if they're teaching law enforcement, caregivers, people who have family members who are elderly, or just want to learn about these things. You can learn about, for instance, the scams we were talking about. Last year we had an assistant U.S. attorney teaching. We had an FBI agent who spent a great deal of time on scams and the fact that the Department of Justice is now emphasizing crimes and especially scams against the elderly.
Okay.
And they're on it. So don't ignore the fact that federal law enforcement is interested in these sorts of things.
So obviously the phone, especially our cell phones, are big ways they try to target us. What are some of the other ways? Email or? Email
is a big one. It's one of the ways. If you have a good network administrator on your business network or government network, it's been big in the news lately. Department of Motor Vehicles is still trying to get completely back up and running. The easiest, biggest hole in almost every system is email, because somebody is going to click a link or open up a file. You send something to 200 people. All it takes is one of them to do the wrong thing, and you're in. And you're into that network, and you can do bad stuff. So emails are critically important. We just got one at the district attorney's office the other day. Reminding us, don't open up emails that you're not expecting. Don't open up attachments that you're not expecting.
Right.
It doesn't take long to call somebody and say, "Hey, did you send it?" I know of a business that went down. Their server got taken down because somebody opened an email from their sister that really wasn't from their sister.
That's terrible.
So you can't even trust your sister's email account anymore, man.
All right. So what else? What else do we need to be talking about this morning as far as this goes?
I would say make sure that you're talking about the phones. I'd make sure your phone's on the Do Not Call registry. That's not going to deter the real criminals. But the nice thing about being on the Do Not Call registry is you will know that if somebody's calling you, you'll feel better about hanging up on them. Because as soon as somebody starts any kind of sales pitch, you'll know they're a criminal because they're calling you and you're on the Do Not Call registry. You can just feel better about it. And be aware of the fact that both in those emails, like I was telling you, it came from somebody's sister's email account because they hacked that one first and sent it to everybody in her address book. The phone calls, they will spoof a number. It'll look like it's coming from the sheriff's office. It'll look like it's coming from your local police department. It'll look like it's coming from the IRS. It may look like it's coming from Chase or Citibank. Feel fine. I can tell you, I know from the DA's office point of view, if people are unsure of who I am when I call, I say, tell you what, look in the phone book. Look up District Attorney's Office, call the main number, ask for Harold Bartholomew, look up District Attorney Warren Montgomery in your phone book, and then call the main number and ask for me. I'll wait. Yeah. That's what happens when you got somebody legitimate on the other line. When you don't have, you can't do that. You can't hang up with me because they've got the hook in you, and they know that you're trying to go find out if they're legit. And for instance, Apple Tech Support does not call you unless you've called them.
Yeah.
But you'll get that spoofed number. And the funny thing is, you could call Apple Tech, you could hang up on that and call Apple Tech Support back and they'd say, we didn't call you. Or if they legitimately called you, hey, they got one of the best computer systems in the world. Everybody there will know why.
Yeah.
So just hang up and call the real person. Call the number on the back of your credit card. Call the number for, District Attorney Warren Montgomery in the phone book. Do that sort of thing. We're good with that.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Okay. Good message from the DA's office. Harold Bartholomew here today. The main takeaway, you're out celebrating Christmas. Don't get it ruined by opening an email you're not supposed to open or taking a phone call you shouldn't take.
You don't want to be giving your kids Christmas presents to a criminal.
There you go. All right. Well, I hope you and your family have a Merry Christmas as well, Harold.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
All right. We're going to take a break. Got one more guest to talk to after this.